Can content replace paid leads? Paid leads. So, can content replace paid leads? Short answer, sometimes. Long answer, that's where things get interesting. Because I think a lot of realtors are asking the wrong question. It's not, should I stop buying leads? It's, why does my business depend so heavily on renting attention? And that's a different conversation. And honestly, a much more important one. Paid leads aren't the enemy. So let's be fair. Paid leads absolutely can work. This is important. I'm not here to pretend ads are evil or that successful agents should instantly shut everything off. That would be ridiculous. Plenty of business scale using paid acquisitions. The issue is dependency, and that's where things get dangerous because paid leads are rented attention. The second spending stops, visibility often stops, and that creates fragility. And if conversation rates drop, costs rise, platforms shift, you feel it immediately, and that is stressful. Paid leads can absolutely be useful, but dependency is different from strategy. Here's the real pain no one talks about. Let's talk about emotional reality because spreadsheets don't tell the whole story. A lot of agents quietly hate paid leads, not because they never work, because the experience is often exhausting. Slow responses, unqualified inquiries, ghosting, price sensitivity, competing agents, constantly changing, constantly chasing, recycled databases. Does that sound familiar? And again, some agents crush it with paid leads, no question. But for many, it creates a treadmill. You keep feeding that machine or the momentum dies, and that's psychologically exhausting. That's not ownership, that's dependency. So, what content does differently? Now, let's compare content, a very different dynamic. Educational YouTube content, local authority videos, neighborhood breakdowns, buyers FAQs, relocation guides, seller strategy explainers. These are trust assets, different category entirely. Because instead of interrupting strangers, you're attracting intent. Massive difference. Someone searching moving to Dallas is behaving differently than someone accidentally seeing an ad. Intent changes conversation psychology. Trust changes resistance. Familiarity changes conversation. And unlike paid attention, content can keep working after publishing. That's where the leverage starts. Does content replace ads? Now let's answer an actual question honestly. Can content replace paid leads completely for some businesses? Yes. For others, not immediately. Honesty matters because content isn't magic. It takes strategy, consistency, execution, momentum, time. That's reality. But here's the bigger point. Even if content doesn't replace paid acquisition immediately, it reduces the dependency, and that's valuable because dependency risk decreases, trust equity grows, inbound quality improves, brand ownership strengthens. That's a smart business. So maybe the better question is, how do I build a business less dependent on rented attention? That's the strategic question. So honestly, for most agents, the smartest model is a hybrid. Paid acquisitions where useful, content authority for long-term trust, short form for awareness, YouTube for depth, brand consistency across everything. That is strong because now your business isn't fragile. You have acquisition diversity. That's mature marketing, not dependent marketing. This exact shift is why Viner Studios exist because agents don't necessarily need more random attention. They need stronger trust infrastructure. That's what we help build. We help build that strategy, the YouTube authority, the scripts, the video production, the editing, the short form repurposing, the Reels content, the brand systems, SEO optimization, searchable trust assets. So instead of constantly renting trust, you start owning more of it. So Can content replace paid leads? Maybe. But the smarter question is, how do you build a business that doesn't panic when the ads stop? That's where leverage lives. If you want help building durable trust assets, subscribe here or connect with Viner Studios directly, and let's build something less fragile.